Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Isabel and this is my library. In today's video, I bring you a book tag called 8 Questions for Readers. So the 8 Questions for Readers tag was created by Robert G., reader of books, and I was tagged by Michelle from Literary Me. So thank you, Michelle, for tagging me in this video. I had a lot of fun watching your version of this, and I am excited to do my own version of it as well. In essence, the spirit of this tag is getting to know readers and their idiosyncrasies, their personalities, the things that they like. And I just thought it was very cool because the ones I have seen of this actually let me know certain things about my booktuber friends that I didn't even know after talking to them for some time and getting to know them here on booktube. So any chance that I get to learn more about the people that I interact with here in the bookish community, I'm all for. So I hope that I'm able to do the same thing with my answers, and you can get to know me a little bit better through these prompts. Question number 1 is, what is your favorite kind of food? If I had to break this up into like categories, I love sweets. So I'd say my favorite kind of food is anything sweet, cookies or ice cream, but I know the question's probably asking like what type of food is your favorite? I think that's a layered question. So I'll start by telling you things I really love eating. So I really enjoy my husband's cooking. And I know this is probably going to be, yeah, of course you like it because then you don't have to cook. But I really do love his cooking. We have a Blackstone, and he really makes like the very best hibachi rice, and he also makes the best street tacos, chicken tacos, and shrimp tacos, and like the whole bit. So if I had to pick one thing lately that I'm just loving, is everything that my husband makes on the Blackstone. It's just so good. It's so yummy. I feel like it comes out so good that it has actually ruined my appreciation for going out to eat like hibachi at restaurants or going to Mexican restaurants for tacos. Like things that I used to love eating out, I no longer love eating out because I love when we make it at home. It's just so much better in my opinion. So I love that. I do love Mexican food. I do love pizza. I love pizza. I also really enjoy like hibachi kind of food. So hibachi rice and hibachi chicken. That's stuff that I really like. As far as restaurants, I'd say my favorite restaurant is probably Cooper's Hawk. I love going there. It's like my favorite restaurant whenever there's something to celebrate or I get to pick where I want to go. Cooper's Hawk is my go-to. Yeah, it's so nice, and they have like uh their wine club, and they have their own wine, and it's just the atmosphere is really nice there, so I really like it. And yeah, that's I think how I would answer this question about my favorite food. Number 2, what's your favorite kind of music? I love 80s music. I think you guys know based on my appreciation and love for everything that's nostalgic or gives me nostalgia. I'm obsessed with the 80s. I don't know if I've specifically said this on my channel, but I love the 80s. So I love 80s movies, 80s books, 80s fashion, 80s music. So if I had to pick like one decade for music, I would pick the 80s. I love the 80s power ballads. I love 80s rock. There was just something so fun about it. And the 80s always make me feel good. I also love like synth wave music. I like that a lot. And I think that has a lot of influences with like the 80s and stuff like that, like synth sounding things. So I do love that. Now, if I had to pick like, artists that I love that I listen to now, besides my all my 80s music, some of my favorite artists right now, like today, right? Would have to be Post Malone, Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter, like that kind of music. But if I'm talking about like 80s, like that's usually what pops up like on my Apple Music. Like it'll be either 80s rock, 80s power ballads, 80s hip hop. Like that's just what I'm happy with. And I think I listen to music pretty diversely. I'm not a person that always has music playing. I actually don't listen to music that often for many reasons. I think I'm not really sure. Like I don't have music playing in the house. We do listen to music in the car, but if I'm in the car by myself, you guys know I listen to my audiobooks. So I think I don't do enough listening to music, but I do enjoy it. I do love music, and I like it as a shared experience too. I just feel like there's not a lot of opportunities for me to listen to music. Like if I'm around the house, I'm not just like listening to music. Like I'm watching YouTube videos or I'm listening to a book or but yeah, I think concerts are wonderful. I love going to concerts. Our last concert was actually Post Malone. My husband took me to that a couple months ago. I want to say maybe like a month and a half ago, and it was great. And yeah, so that's some of my musical preferences. Question number 3: if you were prevented from reading ever again, what would you do? I would cry. I would cry if I could not read again. I'd be very, very sad. Reading is obviously, I don't have to say this, right? I'm a booktuber, but reading is such an important part of my life. However, I do have a lot of hobbies and things that I love doing. So, worst case scenario, if I couldn't read or if reading didn't exist or books didn't exist, I would play a lot of video games. That's another one of my passions. I'm a console gamer. I play Xbox, I play on my Switch too, I play on our PlayStation. So, I'm a big video game person. I love cozy games. I love horror games. I can spend hours on a game and just lose myself in that. My family is a family of gamers as well, so we as a family do a lot of our bonding and spending time together playing video games. So I think that would take up the majority of my time, video games. But I also enjoy crafting a lot, different types of crafts. So I love journaling, I love stickers, I love designing things as well on my journals. I like digital design as well. I love writing. So those are also some hobbies that I would spend time doing. I do enjoy watching movies and TV shows. So I think I would spend a good amount of time watching horror movies, horror TV shows. I love murder mystery kind of shows too. I also, one of my guilty pleasures is uh, game shows. So I do love GSN or Buzzer. So I would probably spend a lot of time watching game shows. I don't think I've ever talked about that on my channel, but I do love game shows. And so, and I love the old ones that they put on Buzzer. Like Password Plus from 1975. I really enjoy that. So there's certain things that bring me a lot of joy. Again, it must be like nostalgia, not from the 70s, since I was not alive, but for example, like Card Sharks from like 1989 or something. Like that brings me like a lot of joy watching those, because I remember being like a little kid and watching that at my grandma's house and stuff like that. So I'd probably watch a lot of that. I love photography, so I do enjoy taking photos with my DSLR. I would probably do a lot more photography and visiting museums. I do enjoy traveling as well, so I would probably travel and document and take photos and stuff like that. Yeah, and those are just some of my little hobbies. I have been wanting to learn to sew and crochet for a long time. I did try crochet, um, but I was really not good at it. I think I need to practice again or get back at it, but I would love to do that, take on that hobby of crocheting or perhaps sewing. That appeals to me too. My mom knows how to sew, so I've always wanted to like learn from her how to sew. and make my own little, pieces of clothing. I think there's an appeal to that. So yeah, I like gardening too. I'm not really good at it. I'm trying to learn, but I would love to garden a little bit more with that free time. And yeah, I think those are some of my favorite things that I would do if I don't think I mentioned board games. I love board games, so I would probably play a lot more board games if I weren't reading. Card games, board games. I'm a big game person. Like I like the competition of it. I like so gaming, not just video games, but I also enjoy like card games and board games and stuff like that. So I'd spend more time doing that. All right. Question number 4 is, what is your favorite city? So obviously I love Miami. I'm a Miami girl through and through, born and raised, currently living. I love Miami. I think Miami is wonderful. It has so many great things. I know a lot of people have mixed opinions about Miami, you know, which is fair. I think most people have opinions about many places in the world, but I do love my hometown, Miami. But if I had to pick like another city, I think that's what the question is asking. So my favorite city other than my home city. Obviously, I think I've talked about this before, but I would pick New York City. I love Manhattan. I love New York. I travel there very often. I've never lived. I have only gone as a visitor, which is fair enough, probably why I love it so much. But I just love everything about the city, New York City. I enjoy the culture. I enjoy the museums and the shows. I'm a big fan of musicals. I really enjoy like the hustle and bustle of the city. I love how it's so busy and there's so much going on. That's something that I love. My favorite cities tend to be big cities, maybe because I grew up in Miami, which is a huge city as well. And I'm definitely a city girl, not a country girl. So, yeah, if I had to pick one place, it would be New York. From the first moment I visited, I loved it. I find that there's always something new to do in New York City, something fun to do in New York City, a new place to visit, new foods to try, new restaurants to attend, new shows to watch. So, all the bookstores and stationery shops and little stores and the different boroughs, it's just a lot of fun. So, I would pick as my favorite city in the world, New York City. Question number 5 is, what's your favorite beverage? Alcoholic. And then question number 6 is, what's your favorite beverage? Non alcoholic. So I'll connect those two. So my favorite alcoholic beverage is probably the Moscow Mule. I really, really love the Moscow Mule. I love how cold it is. I like very cold drinks. I don't. I'm not. Maybe that's why I'm not a fan of like just like bourbons or like old fashions. I know they're very tasty, but I feel like they're so warm, right? So I love cold drinks. I love frozen drinks like pina coladas. Um, I do love anything with like Baileys, so chocolatey kind of drinks like mudslides and stuff like that. I really enjoy those. I like the traditional mojito. I also, yeah, I think like maybe minty things because the Moscow Mule's a little minty. So I like the strawberry mule too. So I like Moscow Mule and all its like reiterations or variations. I think the strawberry mule is yummy. It's so good. So yeah, very, very like refreshing kind of drinks. Those would have to be my favorite. Um, I'm not a super wine girl. I do like white wine. I also like Moscato and Champagne and very sweet kind of wines. What I'm not really a fan of is like the drier red wines. Those I'm not a fan of. But the lighter white sweet dessert wines, love those too. Yeah. And then non-alcoholic drinks. I love water. I drink a lot of water. Uh, but if I'm not picking water, I love a good Diet Pepsi. I'm more of a Diet Pepsi girl than Diet Coke. But if it's regular, I prefer regular Coke than regular Pepsi. I don't know. It's a thing. Let me know in the comments down below if you agree with me, but it is that way. So Diet Pepsi is really good. I also have been on an Arnold Palmer kick now in the summer. I've been drinking a lot of that here at the house. We've had a lot of lemonade here at the house. And I also enjoy like ices, like cherry ices or white cherry icy. That's my favorite, I think, of all time. They don't have it everywhere, but I think there's only certain movie theaters that carry it, actually, the white cherry icy, but it's so good. So I like ices a lot. Wawa has really good ices too, if you have Wawas around you. What else do I really like to drink? I really like lemony drinks, so I really like Starry. I think Starry is really refreshing. It's really good. My husband makes like a real yummy like mix with like those, I don't know if you guys have ever had them, but they're like the Skittle like powder drink things, like the cherry ones or whatever. And they also have like the Sonic lemonade ones. They're really good. You mix them with water or whatever. But he does like a really cool mix like on the blender, and he blends that with like Starry, and it's so delicious. It's very yummy, and it's like an icy kind of like he makes his own icy with it. It's so good, and it's just really refreshing now in the summer to have that. So yeah, those are some of my favorite drinks. Next, number 7 is, what's your favorite time of day? Between sunrise and sunset, I'm more of a sunset kind of girl. I'm also like a night owl, so I do think I prefer nighttime over daytime, but that's hard. I guess my favorite time is like 7 or 8 o'clock at night, because I still have like a lot of the night ahead of me, but it's kind of like almost like relaxing time already, or like unwinding time already. The day has passed and I'm ready to kind of unwind and do our unwinding activities, watching TV, playing games, reading a book. So I think the evening, like early evening, is probably my favorite time of day if I had to pick one. Question number 8, what's your favorite season? So for sure it's the fall. And here in Miami, we don't really get to see a lot of the seasons, which is something else I like about traveling, that you get to see all of the different seasons and the change of the trees and all of that. We don't really see that here in Miami, unfortunately. But my favorite season has to be autumn. I love the fall. I love the transition into wintertime, how in the fall, like it gets darker earlier. There's like a breeze in the air. It's Halloween time, which is like my favorite holiday. It's October, which is my favorite month. I love traveling to places with real seasons and seeing like the browning of everything. The trees turning like those beautiful copper colors, and the leaves kind of turning red and yellow and all of that. I think it's so beautiful. And I love just like that leading into the ending of the year. I really, really like that. I find that time of the year very nostalgic. Like I don't feel super nostalgic in like spring and summer. Like that's full of life. It's like the archetypes of life, right? And rebirth. But then if we're looking at it as an archetype, like the fall time is that transition that leads us to winter. So I think for me, I would love to live in a world of Octobers and fall time, right? So yeah, that's my favorite season. And that was it. That was question number 8. So this was so much fun. I feel like I could have been talking about these things for like a while. Again, thank you so much, Michelle, for tagging me in this video. I will go ahead and tag a bunch of you guys on there, because I would love to hear your answers to these and get to know you guys a little bit better. And if you're watching this and I didn't tag you, please consider yourself tagged. And if you do it, if you do the video, tag me so that I can know you a little bit better. And yeah, this was so much fun. So please give this video a like. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. And let's talk a little bit in the comments. Do we share a lot of the same interests? Are there things that you feel completely different about? Let me know in the comments down below. And thank you again for watching. I really, really appreciate you guys so, so much. Until next time, guys. Bye.